it's Jordan and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be telling you all the books that I plan to read in October. Again, it's another long list. I didn't think it was long until I pulled the books out and I'm like, oh, that's pretty long. So the first new books on my list were books that were originally on my September TBR. The first one is Frost Like Night by Sara Ella. This is the third book in the Snow Like Ashes trilogy, which is one of my favorite trilogies. A really great introduction for those who aren't really into fantasy yet. It's not a super complicated world. There's not a whole lot of like magic ins and outs and mystical creatures, so it's a great place to start if you haven't really delved into fantasy yet. I mean, I'm far. I got this much left. First priority is to finish this, and I think I can do that today, hopefully, and then I can move on to my next book. And that would be Unblemished by Sara Ella. Sara Ella does have a booktube channel. I'll go ahead and link it if you'd like to check it out. And I was lucky enough to be sent an arc of this by the publisher, and I'm so excited to read this. It's a fantasy world, parallel universes. I'm super excited about that. It's her debut novel. It comes out on October 11th, and I'm really hoping to get to this like really soon. A lot of my friends have already read it and have really enjoyed it, so I'm super pumped. Next, I have a new release, and that is Gemina by Amy Kaufman and Jay Kristoff. This comes out on October 18th, and this is an arc that I received at BEA this past spring. I don't know if I want to read the arc version of this, or if I want to wait for the physical copy to come out on the 18th, because there's a lot of artwork and such in this book that isn't finished or isn't included at all. And if you know anything about the Illuminae File series, is that it's a very visual experience. So I feel that missing so many diagrams and final sketches is going to hinder the reading experience of this book. But I am planning to read this regardless of what format it is in this month. This is an epic space odyssey. It's like Star Wars or like Pirates of the Caribbean in space. Star Wars is already in space, you dumbass. I loved it so much. It's like ships chasing after ships and like firing on each other, and then there's like this crazy illness that breaks out, and there's artificial intelligence, and it is crazy. It is so crazy. I will go ahead and link my review for Illuminae on the screen if you'd like to check it out, because I talk about it a lot more in that review. I'm so excited to jump into this. I've heard like really good things about it. I'm so excited. Next one I have is Inferno by Dan Brown. This is the fourth book in the Robert Langdon series, and I started this book when it came out. There's my bookmark, and I never finished it. Actually, the movie adaptation for this with Tom Hanks comes out at the end of October. So, I gotta read this now. My mom read this when it came out years ago, so she's gonna want to see the movie. I want to see the movie, so I have to read this book. It's about this symbologist who gets swept up into these crazy conspiracy theories with lots of crazy underground societies through following a series of clues that only he can solve based on his background with history and symbols and religion. I love these books. This one has to do with Dante's Inferno and a biological weapon, I think, virus, plague type thing. That should be really interesting. I'm really excited. The trailer for the movie looks really interesting, and Robert Langdon seems to have gotten himself into a whole different kind of trouble than he's been in previous books. Hopefully I actually finish it this time. And the last book I have is another arc that I received at BEA, and that is Heartless by Marissa Meyer. This one comes out on November 8th. This is a prequel story to the Queen of Hearts, or like an origin story of how she became the Queen of Hearts. I believe it's just a standalone, and I was so excited to pick this up at BEA. I mean, I like fought people for this book, not really. This was a hot ass ticket at BEA, and I was the third to last person to get it. Since picking up at BEA, some of the other people that I was there with who have already read it don't have the best feelings about it. Like, it's kind of coming back with some mixed opinions, and it's making me really nervous. I feel like a villain origin story, did I say villain origin story? But I feel like a villain origin story about a character who starts off as like a baker, becomes a Queen of Hearts. Like, that's intriguing and that's twisted, and I want to know how that all happens. So I'm really excited to read this, but I hope I enjoy it more than other people have, because I sacrificed my safety to get this copy. Again, this month I had a pretty lofty TBR here. Yeah, that's not gonna happen, but one can dream, right? Shoot for the stars, Jordan. I would love to know what you guys plan to read in October. Tell me in the comments down below. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you very soon. Bye!